So, with the Australian Open starting on Monday, let's take a look at some of the early popcorn matches and my predictions for this tournament. So, we'll start off in the first quarter, Nadal's quarter. So, personally, with Nadal in quite bad form and this early popcorn match against Draper, I don't think he's making it out this quarter. I don't even think he's making it out of his column. So, I'm picking Tiafoe to go out from that first column and Medvedev to beat Hurkacz in that second column. So in that first quarterfinal, Medvedev is going to defeat Tiafoe. Like I said, the popcorn match is Nadal versus Draper. Then in the second quarter, this Tsitsipas' quarter. Personally, I think Tsitsipas and Sinner will meet in that fourth round, a rematch of last year's one. I do think Tsitsipas will get the win over Sinner, again, just because how well he's able to protect his backhand on these Australian Open courts. On the other half, I do expect Auger-Aliassime to play Norrie and Auger-Aliassime to win. However, I think Tsitsipas will win this quarterfinal against Auger-Aliassime, possibly in 5 sets, like the Medvedev match last year for Felix. Then in the third quarter, this is Novak Djokovic's quarter, and personally, I do think that he will make out this quarter. Well, quite obviously anyway, he's basically the favourite. And this quarter is interesting because there's players like Rublev and Thiem in there who play in the first round, another popcorn match, as well as Kyrgios. So this quarter is stacked, but Djokovic's end is less so. So I do think Kyrgios will make it out of that bit. I do think he'll beat Rublev and Rune if he plays them. But I do think Djokovic will beat Kyrgios in that quarterfinal. Then we have Taylor Fritz, Casper Ruud and Berrettini's quarter. I do think that Casper Ruud will make it out of this quarter because he's been so reliable at Grand Slams recently. Well, unless you're playing a lefty on a quick court. But still, he's been great. And he beat Berrettini at the US Open, so I do expect him to beat Berrettini. I do expect him to beat Fritz as well, because I think Ruud just has more firepower off his forehand, despite the fact how good Taylor Fritz is off both wings. So therefore, my 4 semi-finalists will be Ruud, Djokovic, Tsitsipas, and Medvedev. So I do think Medvedev will beat Tsitsipas in 4 sets, as it was last year. And I do think Djokovic will beat Ruud in 4 sets as well. And therefore we'll have another Djokovic-Medvedev Grand Slam final, repeat of the 2021 final, where I do think that Djokovic will have the edge over Medvedev and beat him in that final.